Good morning to you beautiful 775 subscribers today. We did go to 776, but this morning it was 775, so I obviously bored someone to death last night and they dropped off. But anyway, welcome. Welcome to day 353. It is late, it's 1 o'clock. I've been stuck in stuff. As I said, I always wake up with the intention of filming straight away, but then the day carries away with me. And before you know it, I'm stuck in the stuff and I normally can't stop. Anyway, I left you last night with the doors in. Today I put all of the actual metal architrave all the way around the insides of all three. That was a bloody mission. I'm not too sure why this brand has designed them to be so hard to take out and to put in. But I've still got to put the rubber around. At the moment, getting them in is bloody difficult, and it's the rubber on the outside really has to be forced out in order to get the internal rubbers in. So that's going to be a mission. I've also had to bring the frame down. So you see the daylight at the top of the frame. I've had to bring that down and let that loosen a little bit more. And it looks like, even though the level said it was level, it wasn't level. So that's now dropped and it's made things a lot easier. It also means that the bolts that go up through the doors are locking, which is good. It also means that the outside rubbers that come and stick on the front of the door, which I'll show you in a second, they're all now covering the door to make the door waterproof. So this frame is completely different than the other frames. Now, I'm not too sure why. I mean, we didn't actually order this frame. The window fitters sent this by mistake. So this was actually meant to be the doors. This was meant to be 6 foot. And as you can see, it's 11 feet. It was meant to be the 6 foot doors that go into there of the cottage. So we've actually made the whole good and reused them here. I was going to order doors later, but I didn't have the budget, so it was going to wait. But now they're here, we may as well use them. It does mean I've got issues to contend with, obviously, with the over the road, but that's another conversation. So anyway, normally they're in the frame's in the right way, but it's the opposite to the ones in the house, which is quite strange. Which also means that all of the problems we're having on the inside of this door frames in here, we're having on the outside of the door frames here. If that makes any sense. So anyway, let me show you. The doors, Michelle, don't worry, they will be locked. These guys are not going to be walking over them because they're a bloody pain in the backside. So as you can hear that little rattle, that's because the rubbers aren't in yet. So as you can see, we've got the rubbers are now sitting nicely around the outside here, and they're also doing the same as they should be upstairs, which is good. I've got to tighten them in a bit more. As you can see, it's still a bit loose, so I've got to tighten that in to make sure that bed's in a bit tighter. That's what stops the rain from coming through the door. So as you pull the handle up and lock it, it should pull into place, and it's not at the moment, so that's a bit loose. But all of it now up here looks nice and straight, and the actual rubbers are sitting where they should be. All the doors are straight as well, which is good. I've siliconed around here very quickly today just to make sure that's all waterproof. And I've also installed the magnets. There's a magnet at the bottom, there's a magnet at the top. And what that is for, if you guys don't know, obviously, is a big old double glazed door, flies open, and it locks. So it's now magnetized to that, which is awesome. Obviously all the blinds are inside. I haven't fitted anything inside those at the moment. But as you can see on here, we now have this handle on the inside, and you can push that open, and reasonably effortless, unlike our big doors. They open right up. So obviously we can't be driving any cars through here, but obviously from an aspect point of view of, well, that's a lie, we probably could do that actually. But as you can see now, it's nice and open. We get a nice air breeze coming through rather than it being stuffy in there. And obviously the garage door is on the water as we speak, which will go in there as and when it arrives. There's still some tidying bits that go on in here. We're still waiting for the electrician to do the sensor on the ceiling here, and finish off the power points on the ceiling, waiting for the garage door. We're probably going to do something on the floor in here, I'm not too sure yet. And I'm still in two minds whether to get rid of this drain. We put that there because there is a slight run into that corner. So if there's any time where there's water coming in here, it will find its way out. What we have done in the meantime is taken that soil down to ensure that nothing comes in. So yeah, we don't necessarily have to do anything with the floor in here or get rid of that pipe, but I think I'm going to keep the pipe, but I will do something on here later on in the year. I also want to do something with that as well, because it's an eyesore. Just because it's under there, it doesn't get painted, stuff gets left. So that needs to be swept out, all the crap needs to be gone, and it needs to be painted white inside as well. I may very well just put some form of door on there at one stage, so obviously we'll just take a post here, cover that with plasterboard and put a door on that. And then my aim is to physically put some cupboards over here. This would be where the little workshop area is, so tools for the car and oils and stuff like that will sit here. I'll probably put some hanging units on the wall, and obviously some base units here. And then over there we'll have a very small one with the sink and everything in it, but that'll be done later on. In here, as you can see, you can see more daylight now above the doors now that I've let them down. So I do need to go and get some silicone. So I need to fix the foam very briefly around here to get that sealed, and then I also need to go over it with some silicone around here as well to finish that off. And I also still got to do the back of the inside. So as you can see, that's been squelched through from inside, so I need to make sure I cut that back and finish that off as well. Not that, that is the finished base. They didn't deliver the window sill. So as a result of that, we've made this wood for it to sit on initially. Now, the thought of having to take these back out again to put them on a new sill is not filling me with any form of great momentum, put it that way. So the chances are this will end up being the base forever. No, it won't. I will take them out. That would drive me insane. So you have a handle here to pull. You can do it one-handed. And it slots very easy. There's also a key here that locks. And there's also a lock on this one as well. So that is the doors done. I stayed late last night. I didn't film it, but I did stay late last night and did most of this myself. The guys have worked on just this piece here this morning, sorry. So I did have a bit of a word with them last night because they were a bit lazy yesterday. I said that, you know, I spent an hour on this myself. I did more in that hour than you guys have done in a day and a half. So they took it to heart a little bit. I didn't mean to, but it's like, come on. There's two of you. You should be able to muller that. You should not be able to do less than me in 1 hour. Then you've got a whole day between two of you. So they've been a bit better. And we have decided potentially to concrete this, which again they've started. So don't see the point of having mud here and mud there. Bear in mind, this is a bit that we're going to step into. So this will be a manhole at some stage. We need to take the concrete through here, probably level with that, step straight to the wall, concrete this and concrete that piece. So they've done the dig out and they've done a little bit of wood, which needs to be straightened up, obviously. So hopefully they're going to get that concrete this afternoon. So other than that, Sherwin's been inside. They're all on their tea break at the moment, laying down like they've exhausted themselves. So Sherwin's actually filling and sanding in there as we speak, so hopefully that will get finished off today. The plan this afternoon is once that is actually done and finished off, we're going to get it de-dusted, hoovered out, mopped out, and then the flooring in here, I want that taken up. So we're going to take the flooring up and get the flooring downstairs in the basement put back down there, and then we can get the skirting boards on. So I don't know how he's getting on with the windows, looking better. Getting there. Oh, look at him there. Little lullaby. Anyway, I thought they'd done a marathon. But anyway, other than that, we've got to get the water pumped out of the pool area. That's still in there. A little bit. So that's it so far. So what else are we going to do this afternoon? The Architrave. The Architrave's been done inside the house. Not too sure if you can see it. You might be able to. So the Architrave is actually continuing. So this one won't have any on it at all because it's external. But Architrave is going on now. So it's quite thick, quite wide, quite chunky. I didn't want any Architraves on at all, but there's no way that these doors wouldn't crack. So we've got some Architrave going on all of them. So again, eventually we're trying to lose any imbalance. I mean, that one's been pulled out a little bit. But as you can see, we need to try and get them straight. So we're going to have to use some cork, and then we can get them all painted in finally. And that will be door frame and door gate put to bed. And also the ones down there being done at the same time. Okay, so obviously I'm chatting away as always, boring you to death. So whilst I'm boring you to death, please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down below. Any comments on what you think I should and shouldn't be doing, let me know. Anything you guys want to see or want to know more of, let me know. Other than that, someone did ask me for a walk around, which I will do a little bit later on this afternoon when we've tidied up things and we've got less on our plate. Other than that, I will check out for now and check back in a bit later on. It's just on one, it's just coming up to 1 o'clock now. So I'll check in a bit later, so see you soon. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock. Not a lot of filming today, so give your ears a break. So the cottage. We've had some silicone put around the windows. Still got to try and get it a little bit more detailed. That was not too bad, but the gaps are so big between some of these windows. This one here is going to have to be adjusted at the top completely, because as you can see, they absolutely bodged the amount that's come out of there. The sides aren't too bad, they're reasonably equal. We managed to get the door quite centralised, it's not too bad, but that's definitely have to be done. This one was monstrous as well, so we've actually, after we finished with the compound, he's actually mortared over the top. I'm not too sure if that's going to land up staying, you know. But anyway, it brings that gap down equal with the rest, whereas it was monstrous like that one. So the aim today was to physically get everything in here filled, sanded and painted ready, and get this completely swept out and mopped out so there's no dust. And then with a view to either starting that now or tomorrow morning putting that up. So I'm now being told it's going to be a first thing in the morning thing, but it's not, because that's got to be done as well. So that's going to take at least an hour to 2 hours minimum, which means that we're not going to be pulling this floor up. Well, certainly that part in that corner over there, until a little bit later on. So anyway, that's obviously delayed us slightly in here. I do want to try and get some form of plasterboard on there tomorrow, although all the boards, bits we got are all bits and bobs. We're going to have to cut it and fit it. I got the guys to extend the concrete path as well today to here, although I've just done this piece here. Just didn't make sense having to walk across mud, onto a manhole, onto mud to go down that bit. So I've got that obviously shoved in for now, and then obviously what we can do is, as and when we do a path, we can continue that right to the manhole and around the manhole. It will tidy that bit right up. The soil is looking a lot better. It's still got work to do, but it is looking 10 times better. Again, this bit here should have been brought down to this corner here a little bit. I mean, you probably only get rid of half of it, but that could have been brought down, so we're getting that done tomorrow. And I've been busting my ass on these goddamn doors. These two panes are completely done, so all the rubbers, everything are in this door. Everything's in this door, but this one here, what can I say? This is the problem child of them all. Something's happened in this corner. We've obviously healed it here. So obviously it's got a packer here and a packer here, and it's preventing it from being pushed against the window. So the only way to physically get that sorted is to take everything apart, and the metal caps on the back that you can just about see there were bloody hard to get off, and even harder to get on. So how am I going to get them off now the glass is in? I've got absolutely no idea. But as you can see, I've put packers on the inside of the glass there. I can't get anything down there at all, and I've got a feeling that if I push it too much, then I'm going to break the glass. So at the moment I've put the packers in there now, just to get the rubbers used to have it being squashed. So at the moment they're being pushed, in the hope that I can try and sort this out tomorrow. But these ones were bloody hard, and I don't have that problem. So God knows what we're going to do around here with this one. So as you can see, look, there's quite a big gap down there, quite a big gap, and it goes really thin, and I can't get any movement on there at all. So I need to try and jack that up somehow without taking all of this off. So I've got absolutely no idea how I'm going to do that. So anybody got any ideas how I can try and get that glass up without taking the beads and the glass out? Let me know in the comments below. The only thing I can think about is there a way of me maybe jacking this corner of the door frame up, and would that level make the pane drop a little bit? Because if I did that, then obviously you're going to push the frame itself is going to come above the packers up here, which would give it room for me to be able to push the glass up at least. That's my thought. My thought is at the moment, I mean, on this door here, on this door, when I literally put whatever it was, a spatula into the door frame and pushed the door frame up, the whole door frame lifted, which means this corner lifted. So if I did that on this window and lifted that bottom up, would that change? So I'm thinking if I literally jacked that frame up, would it do the same thing? Because I can't get to the glass, obviously, because I've got all the beading all the way around. And it's not coming off. I can't get it out. But anyway, that's my frustration with the doors. Another day of that bloody door. So anyway, I'm done on the door now, apart from putting the rubber into that glass. And I can't put the rubber into that glass until I get that corner sorted out. So hit me in the comments below. There must be somebody on here that understands windows or tub and healing, and what can I do with that glass without taking the beads and the glass out. The other thing we've done today is all the architrave, apart from the bedroom and the bathroom ensuite, all the architrave's been put on. So tomorrow, after we finish in the cottage with the windows in there, I'll get the guy to come in here that does the painting and that lot to fill and paint all the architrave, so we can get all of that corked in, all of that painted, and that will be door gate over and done with. You know, I'm sure it's not completely done, but at least the doors will look better with architrave. There's no gaps now all the way around. I've showed you a couple anyway, but you know, even the one in the electrical cupboard, which is the first one we come to. This one we went a bit bigger. So the door frames themselves, there's no big ugly gaps all the way around now. So we can just get all of this corked, all of these nails sunk in and corked, and get those painted, and we are good. But again, the doors themselves, again, they're not panned out as well as I thought they would. You know, they're 8 foot by bloody 4 foot doors, and I was expecting them to be amazing, but they're not. But anyway, it's not a home we're looking to sell, it's a home we're looking to live in and enjoy. So maybe over time we can grow to love them or grow to change them, one of the two. Obviously, whilst I'm on, like I always say to you guys, your comments are really important to me. Matthew, great comments yesterday. Jeff, welcome, and again, good comments. A couple of new people, Claudia as well. Keep it coming, like the comments. We did jump yesterday by about 8 or 9 in one day, so I'm not too sure what caused that. But it'd be good if we could try and emulate that over the next couple of days. We are growing to the end of the initial part, which I'm going to put on hold. Like I've said to you, I'm going to have a bit of a break. I'm going to have 4, 5, 8 weeks off, and then I'm going to bring back some people and try and go to the next stage. So the swimming pool will be the next thing. That's going to be the next big task. If I'm not going to do it in the next 4 weeks, the garage door will be going in. Yeah, so there's a few things we're going to be doing, and I will document them. But obviously, as and when I start getting more breathing space and not so many tradespeople on site, I will be going around the island, introducing you to some of the suppliers, showing you some of the processes, showing you some of the schools, start doing a little bit more about the island and living here rather than just about the build. But initially, obviously, I'm trying to help people understand what you're going to contend with if you're going to build in Barbados or the Caribbean in total. So that's what the channel is mainly about. And maybe that's the reason why we're only growing to sort of the 700s rather than the 2, 3, 4,000s. Maybe there is a very small window of people that are willing to give it a go or are even interested in it. But anyway, this is it for today. As I always say, today on planet Earth, we are closing in. So any comments, any likes and whatever, do that for me. And I will check in with you guys bright and breezy tomorrow for day 354, I think it is. Have a good evening.